Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your reading. So this is Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Also, if you're dealing with a Virgo and you're watching, then cross-watcher, the message might actually be for you. So energy can be coming or going. So sometimes watching the other person's sign, that message will actually make more sense to you. Also, when we're doing love readings, don't forget to check your Venus placement, because sometimes that message might actually be in that sign, okay? Or in that placement, right? Okay, so Virgo, let's see where you just came from, where you're at, and where you're going. We'll have some advice and outcome at the end as well. Let's jump right in. Okay, Virgo. Thought something flipped. Okay, 9 of Inspirations. And Muse of Voices. Okay, let me see. Let's get a couple more cards out. Going into 10 of Emotions. I like that. Let's see where you're going. I love it. Magician. Okay. We're going to pull some Oracle as well. But what it does feel like is... Okay, these were some harder lessons that you had to go through. So we're in like where you were at, right? These are some harder lessons you had to go through to get to the one. And you might have had to do it alone, right? But it's very much the energy that you've gone through your whole life, that everything happens to me, right? And there will be a shift in consciousness happening a little bit later. At least we're in the past right now, so I haven't picked up on when. Or then you start to realize things that are not happening to me, they're happening for me. But because everything is so identical in this, I just pick up on the world's energy, right? It's not one person. It just feels like no matter what happens, they did it. He did it, she did it, they did it to me, I'm the victim. And that's fine, right? If you're at that level of consciousness, no judgment. You could be in more a negative vibration for the most of your life. However, the people who do have it a little bit rougher in life, like most people go through like awakenings, Kundalini awakenings with their twins. They've usually gone through some like heavy pains and traumas and burdens and had that vibrational perspective beforehand, right? Oh, there's this little, I've never noticed it, but there's like this triangle with these dots and it's white in the middle. But it just, I don't know why. Where's it at? Make sure I'm pointing at it. I was like, infinite. This is where we're going. But that's beautiful. But you had to go through some of this stuff to get there, right? But you did it alone. And what does that mean? It only makes you stronger, fiercer, a more powerful warrior or warrior. Goddess, God, whatever it is, because I stand tall, true in my beauty, right? Whatever it is, there's a lot of not giving up. You might have felt like a fighter your whole life, like I had to always be defensive. I couldn't let down my guard. I was always fighting for affection, for love, for attention, whatever it is, but it's just not fair, right? I can't catch a break. I'm not lucky. That's what the energy it feels like, where we're coming from, okay? Where we're currently at, I like it. And I want to get the oracles out now because... it's like singing songs of praise. So what it feels like is now that you're on the other side of karma, it's little subtle shifts. I don't even think you've noticed it as it happens, because as we start to like saying things don't happen, get out of that mind frame of things are happening to me, they're happening for me. You're not quite there, but you're starting to like, yeah, look at, they're actually singing and dancing. Look at, there's more of these like white dots going up here, but it's all leading to like that like sacred geometry. That's like source energy, right? So we're on this ascension process. I mean, we all are. However, yours is very much, this is part of your journey for this lifetime. All of us here individually are going through ascension at some point, and we go raising up the level of consciousness, and we go through all the chakras and the densities, and we go up. But yours is happening in this lifetime when you go through a big shift, right? Getting out of the matrix, getting out of that lower vibrational stuff. But your purge doesn't happen. It's like your purge was your whole lifetime until this happens, right? All these subtle shifts. There's a lot of truth and beauty in this energy and oneness. But we're going to start here. We're going to pull some oracles. Because sometimes we have to walk alone for a little bit to find the one. And that's what it feels like with you. However, it's interesting because the magician, I'm like, they've done it. They won. They won the game at life. They manifested the one. Oh, look at, man, sometimes I just like connect and I just channel, right? And I don't pay attention to the cards too much. But her, and it doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter in tarot, but her hands are up and look at how much she's connected to like all the colors, all the chakras, but it's very fluid like water. And I always say like let it go, to let it flow, because energy should be not constricted, because then you can't manifest what you want. It's like stuck, it's constricted, but when you let stuff go, it can now move and flow, because energy should flow like water. So even though they're all colors and it's coming from up above, it's honestly going down into her crown, and it looks like waves of water. The frequencies, the vibrations, they're like water, right? So that's in water's emotions, but like we're all vibration. Everything in this, everything energy is just vibration, right? Frequencies. So let's see what we got. Retreat. Says it's time to disconnect from the world. Religious factors, but that's that spiritual awakening moment. I like that. That's awesome that it came out on the Ten of Cups, the center of his existence, the oneness, right? But it's that, look at all the people that are there. You might be connecting with your spirit guides or just being open to the idea, right? Because it was this very much gradual shift. So you just now might be like, oh my God, spirit guides are real, or angels, or whatever it is you like connect with. But it's like, I'm open to the possibilities that there's more than my 3D logical mind led me to believe my whole life. But this is a beautiful energy to be in, right? Why am I hearing surpass? Okay, I just lost one too many cards. Okay, I think that's all of them. Okay. Okay, surpass. I was hearing surpass, but I'm seeing a mountain. It's like, and there's no judgment because there's no right or wrong, right? Whether you ascend and go through your ascension process 100 years ago, or you go through it 100 years from now, or you go through it today, like we all have different levels of consciousness, and we all are supposed to be different. So it doesn't matter if he did it first or she does it later, or I'm doing it now. Like, it just is what it is, right? But what I'm hearing with the surpass, it seems like, that's why I wanted to say this first. You're going to surpass many people, right? On the level of consciousness. Like, this is your lifetime to vibrate higher, to shine brighter, to raise the level of consciousness. It's interesting because usually that happens like when you have a catalyst. So you can meet your twin, you go through Kundalini awakening. I'm not picking up on anything. I just keep hearing it's more like birth. It's almost like you were born with your third eye open, and you had the chance to do this sooner. And it doesn't matter. You're doing it today. You're doing it right when you're supposed to, right? I don't think maybe that psychic side of you or your empathic side could have scared you. There could have been some bullying because of it when you were younger. However, you might have like unconsciously shut it all off because it became too much. Like, I don't even think it's too much. Like, you're like, oh, I'm seeing spirit and I'm connected like that. It's more an empath side. Take that part as it resonates with you. However, sure, you did it as more a coping mechanism, as protection. So there was the chance to do this sooner, but it doesn't matter, right? We have free will, and so you learn some other lessons. But here's the thing. So yeah, you might have had to go through some tougher stuff to go through the awakening now. But because you did that, you burnt through so much old baggage. That's where the surpass is coming from. So because you chose, like on an unconscious level, it could have been at like a teenager or early teens, like puberty, I'm hearing 11. It doesn't have to be that for everybody, but that's just around that age range, okay? Something happened unconsciously, you kind of like shut it down before it was about to like blast you into like 45D higher levels of consciousness. You did it as a protection mechanism, right? You could have been a little bit more introverted. It could have been because of bullying, whatever it was. It doesn't matter. It was a choice you made. But here's the thing. So because you did that, like, things sort of came up, harder lessons. Could be abuse, could be drugs, could be alcohol, whatever, what it is. It doesn't matter the details because I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on where we're going, where we're at, right? So because you chose to take the harder road, that's why you're going to surpass everybody. You're actually going to go like straight from 3D to 5D. It's like you skip 4D or something. I'm just using that analogy because it's like I'm already at the top of the mountain. It's like instant wake up, instant, because you could have done it when you were back like 11 or 12. Doesn't have to be that age. Just giving you that kind of age range. It was like before I was a teenager, right? So because you chose the harder route, you're going to be at that mountain instantaneously. You climbed so much stuff, things are lighter and better for you. Now I'm at instant manifestation. It's like my crown chakra is open, right? Connected to source, I manifest what I want. We're at instant manifestation. That's like Whoa, I surpassed like everybody. Okay, here we go. True love. Love that. Finances and career. That's all about your money. Oh, wow. That's going to be great for you. Separation. Okay, so where do we pick up on this, right? Let me get the advice and the outcome, and then we'll jump into the rest of the reading. Seven of inspiration. That's about your power. That's for the advice. Let's look at the outcome. Queen of materials. Wow. Okay, I swear, man, when I was shuffling the deck, all the cards are like facing like the backside, right? And there was one card facing the front. And I was like, why is this card sticking out? It hasn't came up any of my readings. And it's the Queen of Materials. So here it is, the final outcome, right? What this was telling me, you're really getting grounded in who you are, getting to know yourself, this true inner beauty, right? Really shine. There's a lot of red. That's the root chakra, right? Okay, so here's what it feels like. Okay, so yeah, past placement where we came from, there was this loan, went through all this karmic baggage by myself. You chose unconsciously to go through it. However, you get to surpass like everybody. It's like hop, skip, and a jump. Or everybody else has to climb the mountain. You just kind of soar there and you're there instantaneously, right? Okay, so now we're at creation, spiritual awakening energy. Opening up the spiritual world, opening up the spirit guides, opening up chakras, opening up energy, whatever it is, however that pertains to you, things are changing vibrationally for you. And this is when that shift of consciousness happens, right? So where we're going, I can manifest anything I want. I'm at the instant manifestation. However, with this becomes power that needs to be used very carefully, right? We don't want the ego to get attached to it, because the ego, like, oh my God, I'm God, I could do this, and blah, blah, blah. We need to make sure we stay humble, right? So here's what it feels like. You don't have to wait long. When we're in what's coming, we manifest love, because we manifest money. Here's the thing. Is this the money one? Oops. Where's the money one, right? Let me put this down for a second. We manifest love. It's like we get it all. Everything, right? All of a sudden, I could just manifest money. It shows up, right? Doesn't matter how it happens. You're just at that vibration. It's a manifestation. Manifest love. I'm getting everything I ever wanted. However, it's a little bit too fast for you. I'm like, be careful of your power. That's the advice. Don't push things away, because energetically, it's almost like somebody could see you and they could be a little intimidated by your energy. Like, whoa, you're vibrating so high. Whether they consciously know that or not, it's just like something's with your energy very, very strong, right? But it's not a bad thing, because you're like way up here and the rest of the world's here. No judgment. There's no right or wrong, right? But that's because you've been way down here, so you get to go up here. That's kind of your reward. So don't push people away. Be careful that your ego doesn't get attached to stuff where you're like, oh, I can do this and I think I'm better. That's the be careful, because the ego can come out as the protection mechanism. It does it for all of us to kind of make sure, well, in this reading, for you to kind of don't go overboard with some stuff. We'll kind of keep you protected from the spiritual world. We're supposed to stay in this 3D world to learn some stuff. However, I'm not going to go off on a whole tangent with that, because I know I do that sometimes. Okay, so we're in what's coming. It's a manifestation, like I said. I've got love, I've got money, you've got all the rewards. You've got everything you ever wanted and needed, you desired. Okay, this is a really good place for you. However, with this, always with power and all this greatness, there sometimes can be burdens. So what I want to say, and it does feel short-lived, there is separation. So it does feel, you meet somebody, could be a twin for some of you, right? Because I was kind of picking up on the energy. However, karmic soulmates, romantic soulmates, we're all soulmates. We all have karmic ties, right? Karma can be good. It doesn't matter. This is your person. That's all that matters. It's your person. You meet them. The other person wasn't quite ready. It's a very short-lived relationship, but the separation can be just as short, right? I think when they kind of pull away from their energy, because maybe you push them away and you don't even know it, when we finally get what we want, they pull their energy away. However, I'm telling you, this is very, 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 very important for you, because now you're left, I got everything I ever wanted. I had all the money, I had the love, everything was good, and then disappeared. You just all the money. Like, I'm not worried about the money. You're manifesting like a beast. Like, it's crazy. However, now you kind of have to go within, and now this is where we check the ego. Now is where you get humble. Now is where you get in your heart center. Now is where you do the real work. Because you do that, you continue to vibrate higher. But this is really important for your soul growth. You meet the person, you know this is the one. Now you have to kind of go back within when you, I'm going to say lose them, because you can't lose your twin, right? they're still a part of you, and they're coming back. So don't worry about that. This separation is about you getting back in your heart center, staying humble, learning like gratitude like never before. Not to say you're not gratitude now, but it's really important. And the faster you do this, the faster they come back. Like I'm saying, separation might happen kind of fast, but I'm telling you, it ends twice as fast because you kind of like wake up and then you change and then they kind of come back in. So I do see you guys with them, but this is just the process you went through, where you're at and where you're going, kind of what's to come once you meet them, right? But what ends up in the end, the final outcome was I'm grounded, I'm good alone. Now you're in that state where I shine bright. There's the circle, unity, completion, summer root chakra, going back to the beginning, maybe correcting some errors the ego made, right? And getting back rooted and grounded in reality. That's really going to help you stay grounded and stay in your heart center. So, Virgo, this is really, really awesome for you. I know I said some darker stuff, but it's like, it's also purposeful, and you're vibrating up here, right? So this is great. So Virgo, we'll wrap up your reading right here. If you guys got anything out of the reading, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. This way I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and there's a bell right next to it. You want to hit the bell and turn on all notifications, because I do daily videos, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, Virgo, thanks so much for watching, and be blessed.